you're about to see is what I call the melted rock experiment. This is a melted rock experiment. As everyone knows, rock melts at different temperatures. So at this site right here was my melted rock experiment. Fix my pants. Rocks melts at different temperatures. So in theory, the question was why break it apart when maybe, I mean, if you're just going to smelt it anyway, why not just heat it up and smelt it? You know, why not just burn into there and just, you know, heat up a cage and then just smelt it right on the spot. You know, just basically like using heat and electricity, massive amounts of electricity, just hook it up and fry it, you know, and basically melt it as you go and smelt it right out the site. You know, a smelter slash, you know, digging machine. So right here at the site is basically the tests and the first use of a rock smelter, slash just using heat to basically burn through rock, pretty much. Great big steam generator, just like huge steam engine, lots of steam, lots of power, and basically just frying your way through rock, pretty much. And you get a nice, beautiful rock effect, you know, behind the burning machine. Basically, you use a big cage and you heat it up to massive amounts of temperature, and then you just burn your way through. And melt it right on the spot. You know, why dig it and then melt it? Why not just melt it, you know, right on the spot and get out good metal or whatever, molten rock right there on the site. And so here was basically my site of my melted rock or whatever digging machine, which you can see at this guy's site, whatever. At this site, where is it? Well, these are all just rock chips and stuff. It was a big mining facility that I eventually decided to start messing around with just melting rock, you know, and seeing what would happen. But in a minute, you're going to see the melted rock cave or experiment site. You can call it U.S. military government, but it was LS me basically. You know, we did a lot of high-end, high heat, high whatever, you know, using titanium and stuff like that and all that stuff. So. Anyway, where is it? Come on, show it, hurry up. It's not going to show it. But anyway, this is the site right here. It was a rock quarry that we had been just chipping rock off and then smelting it. I forget what's in this rock, but there's some sort of mineral or something that's useful somehow. You can do lots of stuff with it. And, you know, we built lots of buildings with the stuff. You know, Germany and me, we did a lot of melting and a lot of heating and stuff, and basically, people will spend years going, huh, what was going on there? It's like, well, we did quite a bit of stuff there. But anyway. Not so much radiation and all that, but just like mostly steam, you know, that kind of stuff. Built some roads, of course, you know, stuff like that. There's a big old military camp or a camp right in here, stuff like that. And this is just the leftover remains of what was an old LS project. I did a lot of things. Okay, here you go. Here's the melted rock experiment. Basically, you use a cage and you heat it up and just go and just start burning your way in. You know, yeah, using a cage and you just heat up the cage to really high temperatures and you just burn it into the rock and see how far you get, basically. And then smelt and burn right here. It didn't work all that great, really, but you can see we made some pretty good. It worked pretty good. There's more stuff out other places where we burned in. You know, basically we're burning into the rock faces. You know, it's a giant burning machine, you know, using electrodes and just lots of heat and just burning our way in. Didn't work very well. It's better just to break it up and dig it, but it's worth a test. You know, a couple months worth of work. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was the LS rock melting burning machine test, whatever. Yeah, a tunnel boring machine's a lot more effective, but you know, I mean, it was worth a try, so we messed around with it. It's good for sculpting rock, though. I mean, sometimes the best way is just to heat it up, get something really, really hot, and then you can just melt rock with it. And you can see how we basically got pretty far with it. I mean, it went burning in there, you know. But then later on, you know, and then we just gave up after a little bit because, you know. But you can see how we burned our way. That's basically just melting the rock, frying it. You know, it's an old LS project, me project. Just for fun, just to see what would happen, you know, and other things, you know, digging inside the marble thing. marble rock, and then you mix it up and you can make concrete out of it. Once I mean marble, it's low end marble, but because it's kind of like dirty marble or whatever. If you want to get a good white color out of it, but I forget what kind of minerals are in it. But there's some minerals and stuff in it that you can use it for other things. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was a long time ago. It was something we did. Yeah, I mean, did all kinds of stuff there. I forget what we were using the marble for. We were using it for something. There's some sort of mineral or something inside of it that was really useful, and people liked it, and we used it a lot. So, they say Jesus or God, and it is God. It's me, basically. LS. My glory days back in the day. Working really hard and digging and smelting and creating all these big caverns and stuff and steam equipment and other kind of things on electricity. We did a lot of the steam generators would be down a little bit further. We pipe the steam up to a power plant. Like I said, it's easier to transmit steam or pressure than it is to transmit what's called there's to transmit electricity sometimes. Well, DC power anyway. It depends. I mean, it was back in the day when we were just starting to mess around with power and getting. Oops, I'm upside down. And getting the power thing all done. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of. I guess this video is going to be all over the place, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. So. Anyway, but you see the remnants right there. It's LS, it's me, Lucifer Star, Germany or Russia, or probably Germany, someone America. You see a lot of mixing of different cultures, back in the day. Because, I was an equal opportunity employer, so you'll have some Germans there, some Russians, some Indians, and just a bunch of people just trying to have a life. You see, we get a little bit further with some of these things, whatever. It wasn't really Greek, it's Lucifer. Lucifer Star! It's basically all-encompassing, Lucifer Star. And, and it's just like a lot of people just living life, and inventing, innovation, lots of stuff, It's basically back in the old days, when we were struggling to survive, discovering things around the world and building for the first time ever and going to space and stuff like that. That was a good times. I miss those times. It was a happy time, so many new things. Everything was changing every day. It was a time of great hope, and still is a great time of great hope. We did all right. We got through it. There was a little bit of war and stuff like that, and some other crazy people. But we got through it, all right. I'm still here. Other people are still here. So, there's lots of little children. So, it worked out. But it wasn't really Greeks. No. It's Lucifer. It's Germany, and Russia, and like I said, also India. The great Indian Empire, or whatever. They were around too. There's lots of Indian people. The people with the little dots. The dot has to do with Japan, by the way, because Japan had a great influence on India because India needed guidance or whatever. So Japan went down there and they helped them out. So the flag, the dot, and so later on the China, Japan or China put the little dot on, so the Indians were wearing the dot. Saying. They're actually Japanese inside. Not really Japanese inside, but have Japanese influence. A little red dot. I was wondering about that. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, oh, the flag, the Japanese flag. So they were down there, okay. And so Japan was helping out. They were like helping out the younger generations. Like I said, Japan or China turns out to be a great influence on the world. The great Japanese or Chinese empire would help lots of little ones come into the world and teach them and help them the right way, just like Germany had taught them. Like I say, it's a lot of hand-me-down kind of things. Germany helps other nations, and then Japan or China helps other nations. And we kind of support each other, and then we snuggle. We all snuggle together, and we do great things together. go to space and do everything, and we're all together. It's a lot of love, a lot of snuggles, a lot of helping, a lot of people really cared.